Bad hand. This is going to be 10 minutes of vulnerability on my part. Raw upload. There's no editing. This is off my phone. Nothing special. It's just. You're going to get probably the most real me you've ever seen. I'm in my work clothes. I haven't even washed up. This is it. So my only thing that I've got here, there's no script. It's just a bunch of note cards to help my bad memory and my lack of focus stay on track, because we just had a huge break because I had COVID. I should probably cut that out. I don't know. I'm sure it'll get flagged anyway. But because of the topics. Yeah, it came in the middle of nightmare mode that I've been trying to advance myself, and I failed at that, but I'm still keeping up at it. Even though I'm not going to complete it successfully. What I've wanted to get out of it, I've gotten, so it is working. It's just I'm not going to succeed at it 100%, and that's fine. Anyways, a constant anxiety, no, a constant insecurity of mine is my inconsistency with uploads, which is the result of analytics displaying little to no changes regardless of the amount of effort or time that I put into something, which should be fine, and I could probably handle it if that's all it was. But it's the headspace it places me in that's super hard. It submerges me into a very familiar place of feeling lonely, misunderstood, and constantly reminded of my failures. And there's a lot. But I'll give you some examples of what constantly keeps me down. Because I put up a very, at least I think, I put up a very confident face. I put up a very, my tones are very authoritative, and I'm generally pretty knowledgeable about anything I choose to talk about. I research things on purpose. So a lot of people probably actually have no clue just what I carry around. But like I was born premature, and got pneumonia a week within being born. And I was born in 1988, which means there wasn't a lot of things for preemies back then, and I almost died, like a lot. Not just then, but throughout my entire life, there's been tons and tons of times where I've almost died, and it's things that I've seen that don't sit well. But I grew up in a bad household, a poor household as well, and my parents weren't great with me, particularly my mom, and they got divorced when I was 8, and I guess that's fairly common now, but it wasn't then, and it threw me into a really weird corner. We moved around a lot too, and I never had any concept of permanence growing up. No home. I didn't have many belongings. I often lost them, either in a move or through, I don't know, many different things. But I ended up being really weird. I think it's because I may have moved odd. I was supposed to go through physical therapy, and clearly my parents didn't. And yeah, I got black sheep by the rest of the family. I was fairly hyperactive. This led to me being labeled with ADHD, even though I actually wasn't really. They just had a lot of problems, and I'm pretty sure I'm high functioning. But it doesn't look like that when you have the chaos of what I grew up with. Um, I didn't really have friends growing up. There weren't connections that I could make because we were moving around a lot, and I the one thing I will say about my parents and my household, with the exception of my mom, there wasn't violence to that end until the men that my mom brought in, but and she cycled through a few of them, quite a few. Like I can't actually remember a single one being safe. Everything, every single time, it was a problem. Um, but we don't need to go too far into detail with that. I've been throughout every school that I've had gone to, uh, and I went through many. I was picked on and beat up every single day. And it was. Do you know what? How confusing that is to go to different schools in different areas where nobody knows you, and that's still the result. It really messes with your head. You really start to think, well, I mean, statistically, right? I'm the common denominator here. What am I doing wrong? Like, I thought something was wrong with me. And I kind of understand now. I was putting off weird social cues, but, you know. I also got sick a lot. One of the worst ones was spinal meningitis. I don't know if anybody knows this about meningitis, but basically it causes a lot of damage to your brain, and yeah, cognitive impairment, blah 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 blah, difficulty learning. You're gonna see that trend a lot. I was actually placed in special ed because of a lot of these things, and yeah, on top of all that, I was actually sexually assaulted and molested several times. So like lots of problems, a lot of areas where that stunt development. Um, I thought I was ugly until I was 16 because of all the ridicule that I had grown up with, and now, you know, nowadays I'm really insecure about my hair. Clearly, insecure about my teeth. I really need to see a dentist. Insecure about my body. Um, yeah, I'm not at all happy with this. It's really hard. I have a rapid metabolism and a frame that doesn't put on muscle easy, so I'm a hard gainer, and I always wanted to be bigger. I'm 5'11", so I'm fairly happy with my height, but yeah, this is I've always had like a boyish look to me, and I don't know, I've never been fond of it. I have rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which is partly why it hurts a lot when I see analytics not move as fast as I think they probably should, especially when you compare yourself with others and just how fast someone shoots up, and it makes no sense, and other people tell you it makes no sense, but it happens, and that's life. I have imposter syndrome as a result of a lot of this. I don't claim any of my victories myself, and I don't let myself do that. And that's where I kind of like end up self sabotaging. If I do experience a good amount of success, I tend to isolate out of lack of trust and support from growing up. So I will suffer in silence so I can try and return and have a better face. Until now. Now I'm putting a lot of this out there. My 8-year relationship destroyed my ability to trust other people. The current dating world leaves me feeling out of place as a classic, deeply emotional romantic. And, I have that fear that I won't love again. 10 seconds left. Thanks for watching.